You are now listening to Oversaturated, the podcast, hosted by Johnnie and Ralph. Now let's get it.
Welcome to another episode of Oversaturated, the podcast, where we discuss music, movies, pop culture, and everything in between. I'm Johnny.
And I'm Ralph.
Welcome to episode number 207.
207, I am simply Him Biamba this week.
Him Biamba. That's still an extension from Dubai?
No. That's
Wimbianda. Nope. I see what you did there. I like it. New listeners, please follow us on all social media. Facebook, just search Oversaturated the podcast. Twitter, aka X, is Oversat Podcast. Instagram is Oversat the Podcast, and our email is oversatpodcast@gmail.com. And please be sure to check out our website, oversatthepod.com. Anything you need to know about OS is there.
Yes, sir. If you want to follow us individually, I am the Mind of Ralph across your social media platforms.
Yep. On Twitter, I'm JON2_B. On Instagram, I'm JBS_ESL_AAMU. Also, special shout out to WDJY-FM 99.1 in Atlanta.
ATL, ho.
Shout out to OS Gang down there in Georgia, man.
Johnny,
my guy.
What's going on, man?
Nothing much, man. Adjusting to the hour change, daylight savings, and all that. Yeah. We gained an hour, but for some reason I'm like more tired. I don't know. It's crazy. It's crazy, man. Look, as Ralph posts on social media right now.
right. I'm posting right. I'm posting everything. Okay, right. I'm done now.
I'm good, man. I finally got a weekend to chill.
Yeah.
Like we talked about in pre-production. Bro, I'm tired, bro. I'm tired.
Yeah,
I am tired. No, right, for real. Like, all these days working and like no days off. I mean, the weekend, of course, but shit, the weekend go by like that. So
yeah,
again, it'll be Monday morning before we know it, even with the hour change. So
man, look, that means absolutely nothing. But now I'm actually in a space where I'm kind of hitting the ground running with a lot of things. Johnny knows I'm heavily involved with my fraternity, so it's just we're gearing up for Founders Day and Achievement Week. We got a whole week planned of community service events and things like that, not to mention a party and a ball and all that type of stuff. So, kind of gearing up for that. Just it's a lot going on, and then just in the community, there's a lot of like parties and stuff. You kind of have to be visible for because you want people to support your stuff too. So you gotta be outside. Hey, Johnny, you know that's a problem for me. Yeah. Like you know how I feel about being outside when it comes to like social like networking. I want to be outside because I want to be out there, but not with the guise of networking.
Because it feels like work when you have to do that.
Yeah,
it feels like work, especially when it's for an organization that you're not only a part of, but are active in. Like you're on committees, you're helping prepare certain agendas, or you're helping to prepare events and things like that.
And I'm so excited.
That's funny. But no, I get it.
Man. But I'm cool, man. It's just we're gearing up for the holidays and everything too. So I'm actually pretty excited to kind of go in Thanksgiving this year. I don't know why. Just a good feeling.
I'm not mad at it. I think I'm doing something a little untraditional, I think, this year. Mm-hmm. I guess my mom didn't feel like cooking or didn't want me to grill. I don't know. That's a tradition I've started is I grill every Thanksgiving now.
Okay.
Just whatever I feel like. But we're actually going to a restaurant for Thanksgiving dinner. Like I made reservations already. My nephew will be here. Like,
why not?
It's lit. It's lit, right? Something different. So I'm all for switching up, traditions or trying something new.
Establishing
like
something
that.
new. Yeah, I'm with you.
Yeah, so, in our old washed age, time to spice things up,
Old washed age.
Hey,
you know what? Yeah. It's okay. I've been running from it. I've been telling you, I've been running from it.
I accept it, bro.
I listen, when I realized I was the old nigga in the club, I'm like, this is crazy. Like, I looked up and I was like,
Bro, we was born in 1900s.
I know.
We was born in 1900s, so yeah, it's time to be washed.
I hate it.
And I love it.
I mean, I hate it and love it. It's like, cause in our minds we're still youthful. You know what I'm saying?
Oh yeah. Oh, absolutely.
But sometimes your body and the way your central nervous system is set up, it reminds you. It reminds you.
It's true. Listen, I see a crowd on TV and I instantly get anxious.
Like, oh,
Like I can't.
so many people.
So many people. Like, why we doing? Why we here? Why are we all here at the same time for the same purpose? That's crazy. That's crazy.
But man, hey man, what we doing? Off the dome?
Off the dome.
I got one.
Let's
I
do
think you'll like this. Simple question, actually.
Mm-hmm.
Music videos are often pretty dope. You know what I'm saying? But I want to ask you this: what's your favorite? Not best, because best and favorite are two different things.
True.
What's your favorite music video where it's like concert footage included? Where it's like maybe a live performance of something, or but concert footage.
That's a good question. The first one that really comes to my mind. This is a true off the dome question.
Mm-hmm.
It might be kind of left field too, but Michael Jackson, Dirty Diana.
Oh no, I knew you was with Michael Jackson, and I was hoping you went somewhere else, but okay.
Oh, even you thought I was going Dirty Diana, or just Michael Jackson?
Just Michael Jackson.
That's the first one that popped in my head. From the Bad tour, I think he had concert footage in the video. Or actually, I think the whole video might have been concert footage, if I'm not mistaken. But I also know it was part of the movie Moonwalker. Mm-hmm. Phenomenal song, of course, but the visuals. I mean, Michael Jackson always found a way to make his visuals interesting, even outside of Thriller and Smooth Criminal and things like that. So with him having the concert footage from the Bad tour, just made it dope. What you got?
I actually go use New Edition. You're not my type of girl. That's what I was gonna say. Okay. I like that. It's actually a transitional video because if you remember at the end of what's the performance video? If It Isn't Love.
Yeah.
They were doing rehearsals. And then at the end of the video, they was like, "Oh, we're transitioning to actually going on stage," and then that was actual concert footage from you're not my type of girl. So I like that video. I actually like the whole thing. It's like a transitional type of thing, which is dope. So
yeah, no, that's all. I like that. Okay, so for my off the dome, so we'll dig deeper into this topic later on, but my off the dome question stems from it, right? So Keith Lee recently went on a rampage. I won't even say rampage. He does what he normally does, right? Reviewing food from a particular city. A lot of people DM him, say, "Hey, can you come check out our establishment, our food? Give us a rating, all of that." And he's built quite a following doing that. But he was in Atlanta and got a lot of people up in arms, right? And kind of changed the restaurant industry in Atlanta just, off a week of reviews, right? So my question is, what other industry do you think needs a Keith Lee so they can change their practices?
Interesting. I mean, it kind of goes hand in hand. So the nightclub industry.
Nightclub, okay.
I mean, but nothing's ever going to change with that because niggas is money hungry. Nobody really wants to curate experiences. But I'll save that for my Keith Lee banter. But definitely nightlife is trash.
Got you. I've been seeing a lot of women say that they need a Keith Lee for like salons and women that do hair. Oh. But I'm taking that a step further and going to barber culture. Now my barber's cool, so I'm gonna leave that there. But a lot of barbers are charging like astronomical prices for their services now. And this is just to make an appointment to come sit and go sit in the seat, like $75, $100, $150 for like a lineup, shape up, and things like that. I think is insane, and not offering any other type of, let's just say, luxurious experiences, or not having a somewhat luxurious space and things like that. So
yeah,
barber industry definitely needs something like that.
I guess it just depends, right? Because everybody's kind of went to everybody turned into Isaac from Barbershop. They couldn't.
Oh
Isaac
yeah,
back in, like
Yeah.
Nappy cuts, real nappy cuts right out here, right? Everybody got a ring light. If you see a nigga with a ring light, you might want to run.
Not a man. What?
And my barber got a ring light.
That's almost like the grass walls at the restaurant.
Hey, it's the same. It's the same thing, but everybody doesn't have that level of skill, though. I think my barber has that level of skill. You see the kid, you see the guy. Go look at the Instagram.
Hey, talk
but
about it.
it's like it's a twofold thing, right?
Mm-hmm.
I get it because inflation has kicked all our ass. So what y'all want the haircuts to be $20? If I see a nigga with a $20 haircut, I don't think I want that, bro. But then again,
I agree, but it's like,
no. It's like it's twofold. Like I get gouging prices, but then again, I get like $20.
The real cheap joints. Nah, I was paying $20 when I was a teen. Like,
right, you know what I'm saying? Yo, all right, your
it's
line
different
now. Right, your line gonna be fucked up. All right, my boy. Like,
Y equals MX plus B.
Because you gotta think about it. Niggas want the beard touched up. You want the hey, bro. It comes with a lot, so I get it, but I don't get it.
I definitely don't understand it when all I'm getting is a lining and I see like $50 charged for a lining. For a lining? Nah, that's crazy. That's crazy. But yeah.
I know. But I go twice a month, so it don't really matter to me.
Nah, look, same. Shit, sometimes I skip. Sometimes I do 4 weeks, depending on what's going on.
Man,
so.
Look, if I ain't got no event, I might be real scruffy out here. You see Turban Ralph today? Like Turban Ralph is because you know what I'm saying. I ain't go see my man's this week. Now I go see him next week. You know what I'm saying. I'll be out here.
Versatility.
Yeah,
you throw the turban on.
Turban Ralph.
Throw a hat if you feel like it. Like, it just depends.
Turban Ralph.
Depends.
But no, man, that was off the dome, people. What's your favorite video with concert footage included?
Yep. And then what industry itself needs a Keith Lee? Let us know.
Yes, sir. Well, OS Gang, what's happening? Family and kin folk.
What's cracking?
We already alluded to it, but we go get straight to it. Keith Lee is in Atlanta causing havoc. The famous TikTok food critic. I think he has like 14 million followers on TikTok, maybe a million on Instagram, something to that effect. Keith Lee is known for his music reviews, his food reviews on TikTok. He has become a damn near internet treasure. This story has gotten so big that Rolling Stone picked it up.
Which is crazy, right?
Rolling Stone Variety. This ain't just a viral topic that we discussing. So, Johnny,
yes,
what do you think about Keith Lee's experience in Atlanta?
Well, I do first want to shout out Keith Lee, right? This is something that he started doing just because he loves food, right? Mm-hmm. So to be able to grow his platform from just doing something that he loves to do to really getting solicitations for him to actually come and review food, he's helped a lot of businesses across a lot of different countries, a lot of different cities and states, right?
Yeah.
So that's dope as hell. And of course, it was inevitable that he made his way to Atlanta because Atlanta is known for let me be politically correct.
I was about to say
they're known for their very popular restaurants, a lot of which are owned by celebrities.
Okay,
let me say
I'm glad you said that.
Let me say that
because I was about to say,
let me say that.
Like I was about to do with the upward inflation. Are they?
A lot of celebrity owned and led establishments.
Yes.
Okay,
yes.
cool.
Yes.
So only right that Keith Lee goes to the Black Hollywood, the Black Mecca that is Atlanta, right?
Yeah.
Oh man, but did he go and did he get a firsthand experience of what I feel like I've kind of seen a little bit here and there from people who do frequent these restaurants in Atlanta? Mm-hmm. Just a lot of BS, man. Just a lot of BS. Yeah. I understand that wait times could be a thing, especially on weekends. But to see that a lot of these restaurants show preferential treatment to celebrities and things like that, which I feel like is a staple in like places like LA, New York, and things like that.
I think anywhere you go, honestly. But
really,
oh yeah, I think peripheral treatment is something that you give a celebrity or someone of status.
Okay, well, yeah, I guess that does make sense. But Keith Lee being the type of person that he is, and he expresses this every chance that he gets, he only wants to be treated like a normal person, which is why he usually sends his family in without him to order takeout or to find a seat or to see how long a wait is and things like that. So he went to a lot of places and ended up not eating because people was just being on the normal BS that they're on.
Mm-hmm. Well, the two that stick out are the the Real Milk and Honey and Old Lady Gang, which
Yeah.
is owned by Old Lady Gang is owned by Candy Birds of Escape.
Yep.
And Real Housewife fame. So she has jumped into the restaurant tour business.
Mm-hmm.
Her and her husband, and someone from their team reached out to him to come review said restaurant. So that's a caveat that must be, explored, right?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Y'all asked me. Now I came,
Which usually happens.
but he was asked to come, and I think he came at a very peculiar time. Let's just say they closed at 5. He came at 4.
Okay.
But listen, certain restaurants kick it a certain way. Just because you came in 4, hey, we only got fish and fries, my boy. Like that's all we got. And then I'm just
Which I mean, in certain establishments make sense, right? Because you maybe have a certain inventory for a particular day. So hey, look, if you got a lot of business.
Yeah.
At the end of the day, you're gonna run out. You're gonna run out of some
But
stuff.
he wanted the regular person experience, so that's why he took the secret shopper method.
Right.
So if that's the method that you're going off of, because you want an authentic experience, you want the food to be whatever it's going to be, just as if you were a regular person. That's the method you would go by, because he was gonna eat the food in the car, which
Right.
is how he always, I think, eats the food, either that or in the comfort of his home, like where it's private. You know what I'm saying? Nobody knows that he's eating that.
Right, exactly.
So-
So he can give his firsthand count of, the taste, how it looks, the presentation, like all of that kind of stuff.
Exactly.
Make it as authentic as possible.
Exactly. So when it comes with the blowback, I don't understand what's the big issue. You know what I'm saying?
What you mean?
Like as far as like, oh, he's like people went into the narrative of he's tearing down black businesses and things of that nature.
See, so I'm glad you said that, right? Because that's definitely a piece I want to talk about. Like, is it tearing down a black-owned business if all he's doing is just recanting his experience of what happened?
No. The thing is when people build up followings, right? We've seen it on the most grandest of scale, right? When someone talks bad about Beyonce, Beehive out here, Rihanna, Navy outside, like Drake, Aubrey Angels, like wherever we want to go with that thing. So Keith Lee has 14 million followers on TikTok.
That's yeah.
So
that's crazy.
if he says that this place ain't shit, and I'm not putting words in his
You're
mouth,
right.
but I'm just saying
'Cause
that
he wouldn't
he
say
said, but he tried to eloquently put it in the most nicest way. Like,
Yeah.
my experience wasn't here, but I don't think that should deter you from coming. Like, he said all these things, so. But people go ride with Keith Lee just off the strength, so they might go on Yelp, leave a 1-star review. They don't even live in Atlanta, like what I'm saying.
Right.
But that happens, and that has happened when you think about people have they have racist moments in restaurants and stuff like that, and it goes viral. People go to their Yelp and their online presence and like kind of not dox them, because dox them is like something else, but just like tear at their digital footprint, like just leave bad reviews and things like that. Oh, this place has rats. Like, you don't even live here. Like,
Right.
So that's what Keith Lee was trying to circumvent, but it happened anyway. So now the threats come. People threaten him, his family, and things like that, for talking about a few restaurants that honestly people don't really care about like that.
No, that's true.
Like, because if you add, like, this has been such a hot button issue, where most of the people from Atlanta, and I don't know if they're locals or transplants or anywhere in between, but they said that their experiences with these types of restaurants have been very subpar.
Yep.
So he's only echoing he's the voice of the people.
Yeah. And it just so happens that because he is the voice of the people, it's getting out to 14 million people that are not only in the United States, but around the world, right? Because I even seen reactions to Keith Lee being in Atlanta from individuals from South Africa, from Europe, and places like that. So the fact that Keith Lee does have the reach that he has and has, talked about his subpar experiences and is getting everywhere, I could understand why a business owner would be upset, or somebody, well, I don't understand why somebody would threaten him or his family, but I understand why somebody might be upset. But I think these business owners should take this as an opportunity to focus on enhancements or improvements to the customer service experience, the food experience, whatever type of experience can better serve the customer.
Yeah. Well, the owner of Milk and Honey, they were really like kind of not very nonchalant in their response to the criticism that Keith Lee gave and the online backlash. They even doubled down, and someone that was a supposed, the reason I say supposed, they said that this person was a manager at the real milk and honey, and then it was then it was like, no, they really don't work for us. Okay, long story
That's
short,
crazy.
they pretty much said that y'all go take food reviews from somebody that's autistic. I was like, hey, yo, like that's crazy. And then like even the owners of Milk and Honey, now this is real. They were stating that I think it was just some how can you don't go to a restaurant for customer service, you go there for food. Nigga, what?
See, and that's how you know that there's a disconnect between, I guess, the ownership and like what's really happening at these restaurants. Because, I mean, yeah, we go to a restaurant for food, yes, but you're still in the customer service industry. Like, the food, the food is going to be the food, but if you're not serving it well, like if your staff isn't nice, isn't friendly, like doesn't make the customer feel welcomed, why would you want? Why would a customer want to come back?
The only place that it's a few places that we take that kind of nonchalant attitude when it comes to food, and they're usually like hole in the wall type joints.
Oh yeah,
like Popeyes is probably the only national chain that probably still gets people's business and is very shitty.
It's
you know
true.
what I'm saying?
It's
Waffle House
true.
is not. It's national, but it ain't national, so we'll say Waffle House too.
Mm-hmm.
But like pretty much like your hole in walls where you go get your fish and chicken at. Like those places. Rice, Chinese food. You ain't really worried about health ratings and all that shit when you go to these places. So stop it. If you order through a bulletproof glass, you already know what time it is when it comes to that.
You know what's happening.
But when it comes to like these elevated restaurants and
fine dining,
and we want people want an elevated dining experience, but they want it to be blackly black. So when it comes to that, people that have kind of dabbled into the restaurant industry and the dining industry only see dollar signs. Are they really trying to curate a good culinary experience?
Absolutely not.
No.
Absolutely
It's all
not.
about vibes. Like if I see you say vibes, I know that I'm not really there for the food.
Right.
Like, you know what I'm saying? Like,
no, that's true.
because if you got lamb and hookah, I don't know if that's really like the thing we trying to do, bro. Like, I like a good lamb chop, but I know if you cook it, it's gonna be rubbery. Like, you know what I'm saying? It's not even gonna be cooked right. Cause you got hookah, like, you know what I'm saying, and ain't nothing wrong with good hookah. I fucks with it. I fucks with shisha. That's me, baby. But
it should be separate establishments.
It should be separate establishments. If I'm going for a dining experience, cool. If your joint got a grass wall with neon lights, I know what time it is.
I exit immediately.
I know what time it is. I know that maybe I should just stick to wings fried hard.
Nah, for real. And in those places, you don't even have to say fried hard because they
automatically.
They be fried hard
Automatically,
anyway.
yeah.
I think the main issue here is, and I this may be amongst a lot of black-owned restaurant establishments, we have to stop trying to mix restaurant and club culture, and I think that's the main issue here. Like, yeah, we're here for the food, but we're also here for a dining experience. If I'm out with my lady and we're going for a nice dinner, yes, I would prefer to patronize a black-owned restaurant. But if there's a grass wall, if I know that they got hookah, or if I know that after 8 p.m. the DJ gonna come in and like turn the music up to 1,000, like that's not the type of dining experience that I want. I want an actual dining experience. I want the little handkerchief with the wrapped up in the with the silverware wrapped up in it. Like, I want the multiple plates and all that. Like, that's the type of experience that I want, and it doesn't seem like that's what was being provided at these establishments in Atlanta.
Well, the thing is, people and they price gouge too. Like you talked about the barbers. Ooh. no, my boy.
Nah,
they charge them for butter. Like they charge them for certain shit.
It's
like
true.
that.
It's
like,
true.
so it's crazy when you think about these black-owned restaurants and you want to patronize. I even give grace to some people, but it's just when they started to blend the nightlife and the restaurant culture. You can look at a myriad of points. Like, you can look at the pandemic kind of changing what things were, because a lot of clubs, even here in St. Louis, had to pivot to a brunch type of ordeal to stay open.
True.
And then when things open back up, all right, well, you know what, we gonna keep this.
Yep.
Like, you know what I'm saying? Like,
It brought the people in. The people patronize it. So
it's like you can't really be upset with that business model. It's like you kind of go with what works. Right. And thinking about strip clubs serve food, and I mean like lobster tails. And shit. Like, you know what I'm saying? So like when strip clubs start serving, like they got past the chicken wings, like it's dark out here for a lot of niggas, especially when they start hiring real chefs. Like, it's up.
No, it's true. which is also interesting in itself. Like you almost kind of curating a dining experience in the strip club. Like that's crazy. That's crazy. But I mean, hey, it's a thing. It works. Apparently,
it's a thing. So you got too many places where the cultures blend. True. So it's hard to it's like the toothpaste out the tube, baby. It's like it's hard to intertwine. I mean, unwind these types of things. So I don't know. Like I don't know if we can ever honestly get back to those things because people prefer honestly lamb chops and hookah together. Like it's never gonna change. Like that's like we're never gonna be on the same playing field when it comes to that. So it's like either you go over here for the vibes or you go over here for the food. But there's not gonna be vibes and food in the same place. Like not to say that food isn't good, but it's just you're gonna get it's more of a bullshit dining experience over this way. And not to say, Fleming's and all the five, all them places we like to go to don't be on bullshit either.
True.
But
yeah,
it's more consistent this way.
True. And then look, as long as people continue to patronize these places, it's not gonna change. Like I mean, exactly. Keith Lee, he's gonna continue to do his thing. Like you said, he has 14 million followers. But if the people that frequently patronize these restaurants, because after all the threats, Keith Lee said he might not even go back to Atlanta, like just period, right? So the people that continue to patronize these places, these restaurants, like they're going to keep them open. If y'all want to see the change, because a lot of people have expressed their same sentiments about their experiences at these places, it's only going to change when y'all stop going. So what you want? You want to keep having the bad experience, or you want to stop going and so it could change? Like it's really up to y'all.
And people mad at Keith Lee. He is not the real villain, man.
No, like for real.
Mr. Chime Time on TikTok. Oh, that bread is a villain.
Oh yeah, that's it.
Buddy is a villain. Like Buddy, I don't subscribe to Keith Lee because for one, I don't really like that fake positive shit. Like either just be.
You think it's fake? Oh, that's funny.
No, I just don't rock with like, oh, I'm positive all the time. No, nigga, have a bad day. Like show me that this food is trash, my boy. That's hilarious. No, I don't like that fake positivity. Grand Rise and all them type of niggas. That's an immediate like, fuck no, I'm not watching this. Like I don't care.
Wow, that's funny.
Like Tabitha Brown, all them niggas. Like, I'm straight on all y'all.
Auntie Tab, really?
Who's auntie?
Hello there.
Hey, listen, no. my auntie don't talk like that. So
wow.
That sounds.
You don't
cool.
Fuck with Donna the Fro? No. Okay, never mind. Sorry, I was a little.
No,
I was a little deep into it.
I stand on business. No. Like Drewski, I stand on business.
That's crazy. And you quote Drewski. What is happening? That's crazy.
Listen, Drewski had one or two that I like. Listen, man, I stand on business.
Bro. Shit.
No, I don't do that positive all the time. Like niggas have bad days.
Facts.
I'm not saying he's fake. Mm-hmm. I just don't do that. That's not my type of content there. Like you're always happy.
That's funny.
But Mr. Chime Time, real villain. Like buddy is.
So
like
I only
villain.
recently just learned about him amidst this Keith Lee stuff, right? So did you know about him before?
I'm always on TikTok, so
okay,
that's
true.
I've been hip. Like he don't put me on a few places if I ever go there. Like, if I ever go, because he really I think he moves around more than Keith Lee. Like he's been in Memphis. He's been I think he's been in Atlanta too. Mm-hmm. He's up and down the East Coast right now. He's in the latest series of videos. He's like in Baltimore area.
Got you. No, that's what's up. All right, well shout out. What's his name, Mr.
Chime Time.
Chime Time. Shout out to him, man.
Hey,
and
man.
Keith Lee.
Both. I mean, no, salute to these brothers, man. But nah, if my preference is over here with Chime, because he be letting niggas know like, hey, this food is like 5.5. Like, all right. He don't
sugarcoat it. He don't put the extra sauce on it.
No, but he's like, hey,
fam, this shit bland.
But he's like, hey, if you in this area, check him out. after he done said the food trash.
So essentially, that is him and Keith Lee are the same. It's just their approach is different.
Yeah. Pretty much.
Look, you gotta have the good angel, the bad angel. I feel
pretty
you.
Much.
Nah, I'm with it. I feel you.
Hey man, well, hey, that was it for that conversation. Let's try this. I want to talk music.
Let's do it.
JayZ, Jay Jenkins, aka Pastor Young, has dropped his 11th studio album. Let me get the title. I Might Forgive, I Don't Forget. This was actually, dare I say, a surprise album, because he just announced it. Then it just came out on Friday.
Yeah.
So
I think he announced it and dropped it in the same week, if I'm not mistaken.
Pretty much, because I think you sent me the notification. It was like, hey, JayZ dropped now. I was like, oh, that's what's up. And then, it's coming Friday. Oh, that's even crazier.
Right.
So we got a 29-track double disc from JayZ as his 11th album. Johnny, were you able to kind of dive into this album?
So I hit play on it Friday while I was working. I wasn't able to get through the entire thing. I think I may have gotten through disc 1, if I'm not mistaken, but I can't even tell you what song I stopped on, to be honest. Yeah. I was just letting it rock, and then I got caught up in work. But from what I heard, it sounds like a very like mature, introspective JayZ. Talked about a lot of issues he had with like friends and stuff in the past and things like that.
Yeah.
So I mean, it was cool. It was cool. It was okay.
Yeah. I was able to honestly, maybe not in one setting, because you're talking about an hour and a half, 29 tracks. I think I got through it. It wasn't, the easiest listening, especially on that first disc. I think the first disc kind of missed me a little bit. I'll revisit. It's not something that I'm not saying. When I say I revisit, I really will. I guess because I give like my child, like not childhood, but just people that I really grew up with music with, a little bit more grace when it comes to music that I don't hear on the first time. Like,
True.
I'm being honest. Like, you know what I'm saying? I'm a little partial, but I'll definitely rock with it a little bit more. But the second half, I think, and it was confirmed that this was the most, like, this was Justice League entire produced. So that's what made this part of the album stick out a little bit more to me. And those are the songs that I enjoyed the most since Pop died. It's a dope Sade sample on here with the song named Sade. Like, it's a few tracks on here that I really, really enjoy. Like you said, it's mostly introspection. And you talking about JayZ, somebody that's been Trap or Die came out with 04, and now it's 2023. So that's 19 years of music.
Can't be mad at it.
Can't be mad at it. And then, bro, he dropped a double album right now
at his big age.
That's the thing. I'm like,
big age.
He dropped 29 tracks with no features. That is diabolical.
In the same year that he dropped the Gangsta Grills.
The Gangsta Grills was this year? The DJ Drama joint?
Yeah, if I'm not mistaken. Hold on. Let me
Snowfall was this year?
Let me confirm. Hold on. My bad. Wait a minute. Hold on. I think I spelled it wrong.
Big Snow.
That was sorry, my bad. It was last year.
Okay,
but still, same thing.
Oh, well,
because I think
that's fair, because that's a lot of music to come back around with, and then this is amidst the whole divorce and divorce and I think they're having a custody battle as well over the daughter, right? I think they have a daughter, but
I think so.
But I don't know why in the midst of all this I'm thinking I'm finna get I don't know what I thought I was about to get, but it's like it was so many factors that kind of like in the short term kind of hyped me up for the album, even though I felt like it was kind of gonna be this, but I felt like I was getting something else. I was like, oh, divorce, custody battle, babyface picture on the album. I'm thinking like, oh, my boy about to
go
cook.
Go in.
Like, oh yeah, the babyface picture albums, like you're like, oh, cook.
Different.
Cook is coming. But then again, hey, it happens. But I mean, it's really hard for me to even like start trying to rank this album because it's so much music to digest. And then honestly, I might have a better day and I might hear something that I didn't hear before. That's one thing about like analyzing these albums that come out on Friday. Then we come here and talk Sunday afternoon.
I know, right?
Talk about it. We talking about 29 tracks. It's harder for me to sit and digest a 13-track album.
Man, what? No, for real. And back to your point, right? Like, so I only got through the first disc. So I was trying to think to myself, listening to those songs, like what scene is this music for? Like, is this to be in the car riding or in the house? Like,
and think about it like this, bro. Like, JayZ came out here, he has no radio single. A lot of our people are coming out here not making songs for the radio.
True.
Like, because there's not one joint on here that can be played on the radio. Not one. And that's with all due respect.
And that's even with the Justice League.
Yeah, even
portion of the album.
The portion that we love, like even Justice League Productions, is not radio friendly in my opinion. Like, it's more soul sample.
Okay.
Very, like you got to rap on them.
True. Okay.
You come to rap on them. Like, Justice League can do a lot. We'll get to them in just a second, but I enjoyed the album for what I heard. I think I want to give it a little bit more grace because it's it's so much music to digest in such a short amount of time. Like I said, I'm partial to Jeezy. Somebody might say it's trash, and that's fine too. But it's like, because remember, I was real lenient on Game with Drillmatic, and that shit was hell. Like
No, that was long too.
that was a very long album.
True. Yeah, man.
But it's like he trying to pay back, the gangster that put him in the game or something. Like he trying to get out of contract or something.
That's funny.
Because Chris. I mean, this is a sidebar, but Chris Brown dropping an album this month too.
Yes,
I
heard about that.
It's called 1111. Now it's supposed to be 11 tracks. Now he comes out and says it's 22. It's a side A and a side B. I was like, hey man, are you trying to buy back your protection from the Bloods or something? Like, what's going on, bro? Like you said 11 tracks. I'm thinking he about to give us the best 11. Paul. I'm glad I caught that. Yeah, that was about to go. That was about to be nasty work. I'm glad I caught that.
I'm about to say, do I need to call Mason Cam? That's crazy.
Like, hey, yo, brother. Hold on.
Right. That's the wrong button to hit. Yes.
That was crazy. I don't think he's about to give us the best 11 tracks that he has available. So it's like, hey, yo. But now it's 22, bro. Like that's back to well, it's not quite audio book, but it is like that's a typical Chris Brown album. That's the point. I'm like, well, you know what, bro? I'm good, man. I mean, I'm gonna listen, but still.
Well, this is the thing. Chris Brown, amidst like any like tour dates or anything he has, he's not really doing nothing. He's not like in any TV shows. He's not doing anything. So he got the time. Like and clearly he's still inspired to make music because his last 2 or 3 albums have been 2 hours.
Breezy might have been like what we're talking about right now as far as like 22 tracks. Remember that came and went to us, at least for me and you. I enjoyed the audiobook joints. Like I enjoyed it.
I mean, look, I ain't gonna lie, me too.
But there was so much music. It's like, hey, it had to slap. You talking about 40 songs a piece? That's 80 songs. Like what happened to the songs that didn't make it? Like, bro,
maybe they going on this. He got them in the tuck. Clearly,
that is crazy, bro. But back to Jeezy. But it's just, I think Jeezy's mid 40s, like I think it's like 43, 44, somewhere up in there. Mm-hmm. So for him to drop this album as, like you said, his big age, I think it's still commendable. I wouldn't say it's the best thing I ever heard. I'm not saying top 5 of this year. I'm not even going that far, but definitely something that I think I can kind of still listen to and grow with a little bit more before I kind of say what it is.
With that, is there a particular side that you can listen to more,
or too easily? Too easily.
Because I mean, I didn't really want to say it because again, it's only been 2.5 days, 3 days since it's been out. But from what I heard, I appreciate the introspection, but it was kind of boring, kind of rough to really like get through and listen to. I mean. Again, I appreciate the attempt, but it's just like
29 songs with no features is
I don't know, man.
It's crazy.
That's
why I say I enjoy it. Like, now, if he did the second half of the album, just the lead production, just what those songs were, I think I could appreciate the album more.
Yeah.
But if I gotta, kind of force myself to listen to side one,
that's it's a little tough.
Little tough.
So yeah, shout out to Jeezy.
Shout out to Jeezy. Shout out to Justice League. But speaking of Justice League, we got Conway The Machine, who actually announced that he has a Justice League produced album coming. What does that excite you for what Conway The Machine has going?
It does a little bit. I'm not gonna lie about it. The whole Griselda camp, like they put out music at an amazing pace, almost at a Nas pace. The last 3 years, right? Mm-hmm. Conway, Benny, and Westside Gunn, like they constantly drop albums, they constantly drop feature verses. So to step away from the typical production that we normally hear from the Griselda camp, and I think Conway may be the second best to potentially sound good on beats outside of what we know them from for Griselda. It does make me want to like actually go and listen more than I already would just because I'm a Griselda fan. Yeah. So to hear Conway over Justice League beats is like, damn, that could be potentially super fire. So it's like, let me hear it.
Yeah, I think that it'll be dope for the people that love Conway already, but this does absolutely nothing for him. I'm glad you announced it, bro. But like, Justice League production does nothing like as far as changing the trajectory of your career. Like, you know what I'm saying? It's not gonna make you mainstream or anything like that. If that makes sense.
Okay, I'm not particularly mad at that.
That's my view of it. Like, now, am I going to listen to it? Absolutely. But it ain't gonna make nobody click play quicker on the Conway the Machine album. You know what I'm saying? Like, Griselda is a very acquired taste when it comes to rap. They're not bad. They're not boring. They're not this. They're not that. They just rap, and that's fine. But Justice League production inspires rapping, and I'm glad to say that he has that type of production at his disposal. You know what I'm saying? Justice League is, in my opinion, is kind of like the new Dungeon Family. I love, the new Organized Noise. Like, I love that.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? Because it's a team. They cook up soul samples. It sounds great. Okay. But I don't think that is going to do anything special.
Nothing, not a thing.
No, I mean, it'll do. I mean, it's not gonna get a number one hit. Like, I don't know what we looking for with Griselda at this point. You know what I'm saying, when they announce things like that.
True. Let me ask you this. Now, since November, this is the end of the year. Yeah. Had this been announced earlier in the year, do you think it would be received differently?
No, because it's still Conway.
Okay. Look, I'm just curious. That's all.
Yeah, because Benny is clearly the Beyonce of said organization over there. So, Benny gets all the. I mean, everybody gets their set of features, right? But it's just like Benny got Big Dog with Lil Wayne right now, right? Yeah. Like, that's a single that's being worked. I can't say that for Conway, and Conway's probably the most polished rapper out of them. You know what I'm saying? As far as the most grittiest rapper. Like, Benny's probably the most polished. Benny is the artist that they want to push, right? Westside got all the, he got the fly and the pizzazz shit over here, and people love that. True. But ain't nobody checking for him, right? In that way, he ain't checking for Westside for bars. For bars. Yeah. Conway is the rapper. Cool. But you know how it gets when it comes to just the rapper. All right.
I mean, true. So Hopefully, the Justice League production does something additional for his career. I don't know. Yeah. But then again,
no, it's going to be great rap. It's going to be great rap music. But that's all. That's it. That's it.
but honestly, with the Griselda count being, let's just say, slightly older, right? Yeah. They got popping slightly older in their career. Yeah. They have their fans. They have their cult following that's going to, no matter what, just be at the shows, listen to the music, download the music, buy it, whatever, right? And the merch. So this could be them just feeding who wants to be there.
Oh no, absolutely. Yeah. And I think that's what it is, because if I told people what Justice League produced, I asked the casual rap fan, what Justice League, what did they produce? What they know. And then the songs that you're gonna point out are definitely on some B-side type of shit. They're not singles.
Yep, either B-sides or anything with Rick Ross.
Pretty much.
Yeah, that's the only thing people would say.
Pretty much.
Yeah. So
that's why it's dope, but
that's it.
Yeah,
listen, cool.
That's not me hating. I'm just calling kind of a spade a spade. It's not going to change anything for them.
Yeah, I do find it interesting though. All of these artists, hip hop rap artists, are dropping the last 3 months of the year. Conway, we talked about Busta. It looks like Megan might have something an album or something coming at some point soon. All of these people are just dropping. Where throughout the year it was quiet. It was real quiet. We got one or two sparingly. I didn't forgot about the Reason joint that came out early this year. That was a fire album, right? That's crazy. Yeah. That's crazy. So yeah, man. Shout out to rap.
I mean, shout out to rap. But let's get into this, man. J. Cole was on Lil Yachty's podcast, and he had an interesting take on JayZ and Drake making some of the best anthems. But we'll let the clip play.
Yeah, let me find that link real quick. Here we go.
Look at that event that Drake does. Him and Jay are the best to ever do it. Meaning, rappers with those anthems, they got bars, but they not over barring you, but they can fit right in the club and right in your car and boom, boom, boom. And to run that event, I look at that like the hurdles.
Yeah.
Because you got to be able to run fast, but then you also got to jump a hurdle. Like, it's not just about running. It's like, bro, beat selection, your hook.
You
gotta
gotta
find a balance.
You put them next to each other when it comes to like making hits.
No, I'm not saying that JayZ got more hits than Drake. Drake got more hits than anybody. What I'm saying is the type of hits. JayZ got he got cultural hits, shit that might not even have popped up on high on the Billboard, but they cultural hits that the DJ could play in the club, probably to this day, but especially back then. Allow me to reintroduce myself on it home, and then Dirt Off Your Shoulder, which was maybe a more pop version of that hit, and then he'll have Give It to Me. Boom. He was the first Drake in terms of he didn't have the
singing,
the versatility in terms of singing and shit like that, but in terms of having a chokehold on us in the club and on us and our cars and at us like. Nah, yeah, I put them for sure next to each other in that regard. Yeah. I look at
that's an interesting take from J. Cole, and one that I haven't really thought about before.
Mm-hmm.
So like, I guess what you think about that, just to begin off?
Well, shout out to J. Cole for being a student of the game and just understanding, having an unbiased opinion of who's who and what's what when it comes to the rap game, because often a lot of our rappers are delusional. Whoever you want to pick out, they have a sense of delusion, and they sometimes don't see the forest for the trees. Sometimes, you know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
But for pretty much, he's just saying what a lot of us have been saying. Like, I think we understand that JayZ may not be what everybody's cup of tea, but he's always been able to check the benchmark of a great MC. That's why he's my GOAT. And I've always said that because, he can do lyrical shit, but that shit don't sell. It don't sell and it don't slap. That's always been my point. Y'all like them lyrical niggas outside of, Johnny just kind of, I'm throwing
I know it's at me, and that's fine.
It's like y'all like them lyrical niggas, but they don't make slaps though. Like, and that's the point. Like, you want rappers to make slaps so they can sell records and the genre grows. That's all the point is. So, but no, Drake took the whole blueprint, no pun intended, even though you can make that.
I mean, no pun intended.
Pun intended, but it's the thing with you want bars, but you don't want you want people to kind of be okay with the song, so you don't do too much. You don't do too much in the song.
Yeah.
So anthems are mere, like, think about any rap song any big song outside of JayZ and Drake, right? That's considered an anthem. Simplistic, but yet it still has a level of complexity to it too.
Mm-hmm. I feel that, and I agree completely with J. Cole. And I'm gonna mirror your sentiments, right? Just sticking to JayZ. Yes, JayZ can be, when he wants to be, a lyrical rapper, but those are more of the B-sides, the deep cuts on the albums.
Absolutely.
JayZ understood early in his career, when he became mainstream, the type of product that he was selling, which are these songs, right? Yeah. So he made the anthems, he made the big pimpins, right? Yeah. He made the H to the Izzos, things that are very, very catchy, but you may catch one,
some clever stuff here and there. Yeah.
In the verses. Yes, you're gonna catch it in the verses. But when the shit come on in the club, everybody turning up. And Drake did nothing but take that and evolved it, right? Because not only did Drake only stick to hip hop and rap, he crossed over into pop. He crossed over into Afro beats. He crossed over into all these different genres and was able to elevate what JayZ, pun intended, set the blueprint for, like you already mentioned. So yes, I can say, hey, I understand that this is what they did, but I don't wear that shit all the time. I'm bullshit. But but for real, like I agree with that, right? And those two are the best people alive that did that. Is there anybody that has since been deceased that you feel like was in or could have been in the same vein?
Well, it's always the what if scenarios. I think, honestly, Big may have done it. Like, Pac was transitioning out of music. I think Pac would have went through, like we talked about this last week. I think Pac would have just went straight Will Smith.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Pac was about to be Hollywood Pac. Like, he was about to be over here with it. Like,
right.
I think that's where his trajectory would have been had he survived the gunshots or that that assassination attempt on his life didn't go through.
Right.
I think Big would have remained active in music, and I think JayZ took a lot of outside of his. I know people say he bit. We'll get into that if y'all want to, but I think that what JayZ did was what Big was already getting ready to do. Was about to bridge the gap a lot in hip hop. He was going out to Cali, trying to bridge the gap out there. He already did a song with Bone Thugs, who already have a great. Like a very Midwest sound, but the Midwest sound translates to Southern music if you want to be completely honest. So I think that he would have went down south before JayZ would have. Like JayZ hopped on the High remix, and that kind of like bridged the gap from New York to New Orleans, and then we kind of bridged those gaps there. So I think Big probably would have been a bigger musical artist somewhere along the sideline of JayZ, and then they probably would have did a joint album anyway because they was already friends. They already did the commission if you did your homework. So,
right,
that's the only people I think, and I might be missing somebody, but I think definitely Big would have been like, no pun intended, big on the music side.
Got you. No, I completely agree, and even in trying to think about other rappers alive that have done it like somewhat decent. Like I want to say Busta Rhymes, but he wasn't consistent with it, right? Like he had Touch It, he had Put Your Hands Where My Eyes Could See, but I think that's it when it comes to like
the anthems.
Yeah.
Those are like too undeniable. But he has hits, like he has monstrous hits. But yeah, if you say anthems, like those are the undeniable two. Okay.
So he never he wasn't able to be consistent when it comes to the anthems, right?
Yeah.
And there was really
like I think like Eminem has a few, right? Like Eminem has anthems, right? Like Lose Yourself, right? For sure, right?
Oh well, yeah, but I mean, and that that's like out of here.
That's different. Like, and then like the reason why I guess Eminem gets left out of these conversations, right? Everyone knows that what Eminem brings to the table as far as being a lyrical monster, right? Like very technical rapper. But when it comes to his hits, like when you think of like, I mean, he has a myriad of them, so don't get me wrong. But he came out the gate with My Name Is, and then you got the Real Slim Shady. You have like those kind of jokey joke type of joints. It's kind of like and see, that doesn't exercise what we think of Eminem as a good rapper. Because if you ask people like who adore Eminem, they ain't gonna talk about them fucking songs, but those songs sold albums though.
They did. But and see, I guess the Eminem talk is a little different because with his hits, even though yes, Eminem has a plethora of hits, right?
Of them, so. And
even within the hits, the technicality of the rapping is still top tier. But outside of that, like it's like, okay.
Not on those two. Not on those two I named. He wasn't rapping on them. I mean, he was rapping, I guess, but
But the technicality, not necessarily what he's saying, but like how he's saying it, how he's putting together like the syllables and all that kind of stuff. That's what I mean by the technicality. But
gotcha.
But no, man, JayZ and Drake definitely the two individuals that have like multiple anthems, and even to this day when they come on in the club, like it's definitely gonna keep getting the people
going. I ain't trying to hear Jay in the club, and that's my boy. Oh, my guy. I don't want none of that shit in the club.
Big Pimpin', none of that. Well, at any point in your going out days, did you want to hear any JayZ?
No.
Okay.
No.
All right. Cool.
No. My rapper palette is completely different when I'm outside. Like, I don't want to hear none of that. Listen, I like everything. Don't get me wrong. But when I'm outside, I don't want to hear.
Okay.
Listen, I mean, I can rap. If they play ignorant shit or something, like, oh yeah, but this place I go, the place I go, they not playing ignorant shit.
No. Okay. No. That. Touche.
See my point exactly. Yeah. But no, it's just like you said, man. Hey, truthfully, I want to rap like common sense. I sold 5 mil. I ain't rap like common sense. What are you talking about? Like he just told you what it was.
It's true.
Shit don't sell.
No, it's true.
All right,
it's true. All right, shout out to JayZ and
shout out to Drake
and Cole for bringing up that unbiased point, like you
I mean,
said.
Listen, he said, hey, Drake got hits, but we know J. Cole can rap better than him. But see. True. Like, J. Cole know you can rap better than him, but that's not what we're talking about.
True. And J. Cole, during that same interview, J. Cole even said on First Person Shooter, Drake chose the song over, hey, I'm about to out-rap him. Like Drake, J. Cole knows that at some point Drake is gonna try to get his lick back. Pause. But in the moment, Drake chose to just write a better song when it comes to first person shooter.
Yeah.
So it is what it is.
It is what it is. But nah, man, we're here now. Hey, if this is not your cup of tea, we understand, but we got to get to this blurred topic, blurred segment. It's a lot going on with Kevin Feige and the MCU. The Marvel Cinematic Universe is in shambles. I think the snap really happened, bro. Like, they in shambles. They don't know what to do. I don't know where to start.
Shit, I don't either.
Like, do we start with the fact that the Marvels comes out next week and nobody really cares?
Nah, yeah. We're absolutely going to start there.
Like November 10th. Like, as a matter of fact, this Friday.
This week, yeah.
Hold on, let me ask you this. That's how we know it's real. Johnny, did you buy your tickets pre-sale?
Damn it. No. That's crazy. Nah, time out.
You proving my point.
No.
Stand on business.
No, and I know I'm proving your point, and I don't like it. Is what I'm trying to say. Like, every MCU movie since probably Black Panther, I don't know, we've pre-purchased tickets.
Yeah.
I'm going up to the box office on Saturday and buying my ticket when I go see the movie.
And
I know that shit ain't gonna be sold out. I know it. I can look on Fandango and see the seats that have been sold.
It's so funny because like Johnny will, or vice versa, like we'll send like each other a screenshot like, oh bro, I got the tickets. I'm going to see it this day. That has not happened in our group. Hold on, I was about to say in our group chat. Like it's more. It's just two people. But
you know what's crazy? We've talked about this movie probably the last couple weeks, right?
Yeah. I think we talked about it maybe not last week, but the week before for sure.
Still forgot that shit was coming out this weekend.
Yeah, I did too.
That's crazy.
Like the anticipation is very, very low, and I don't even think, honestly, bro, I don't even think you can blame it on the actor strike.
Oh, absolutely not.
That has nothing to do with this.
Absolutely not. It's if we're talking strictly Captain Marvel movies, the first movie came out in 2018, right before
right before Infinity War.
Was it Infinity War or Endgame?
Oh, it was after Infinity War.
Did it come out before Infinity War or Endgame? It was Endgame.
It was before Endgame for sure.
So it came out the same year as Endgame because Black Panther came out the same year as Infinity War.
Yeah.
Okay, so 2019. So it came out in 2019. 4 years ago. So we're talking 4 years in between sequels, right? Which is probably the average.
That's probably average.
If you're not talking about Spider-Man. So we're talking about 4-year sequel. We've seen Captain Marvel maybe 3 times.
3 or 4.
3 times since then. She showed up in the after credit scene in Miss Marvel's at the end of the season. Like, this is a character that I feel like nobody really cares about.
Nobody cares about and has been severely underdeveloped.
Yep, and the fact that it's a sequel to 3 different properties. Also that 2 of the properties being shows on Disney Plus, which I'm going to assume a lot of people that are going to see the movie haven't seen. Like it's a lot. It's a lot, and the fact that the anticipation is almost at a 0 when it comes to this movie is just insane. It's just insane, and I don't know if that's a Captain Marvel problem or if that's a MCU problem, like a Marvel Studios problem. I can't really differentiate.
Honestly, you can't. I mean, I don't think you can and you won't, because I think all that shit ties together. It's just like it's the not the I don't want to say perfect storm, but it is the perfect storm of problems, right?
Yeah.
You have a lack of trust in what the MCU has produced post Endgame, right? And then you have a character that nobody cares about. There's no villain that really gravitates you to the story. And then no matter what, you're putting, like, this is my problem that I'm having with the movies moving forward, right? The character who's supposedly supposed to be the main character is becoming a sub-story in their own fucking sequels, and that's a problem for me.
That's a great point.
That is like, listen, we'll get to the other stuff in a minute. I'm trying to stay on task. but listen, like, Captain Marvel don't even get a proper sequel because Monica Rambeau, or Tiana Parrish might take her spot. Then you got the little kid right here. Brie Larson don't want to play the role no more in real life. So it's like, we got Nick Fury there. Nick, we curious to see what him and what's our girl Priscilla doing. She might be in there. Like, I don't know. It's like it's so many storylines. Like, we're not even worried about what's going on with Captain Marvel.
And with that, the movie is still only an hour and a half. How are we gonna how we gonna get to this? How are we going to be able to flesh out all of these different stories.
Bro, tell me now, should I still try to go see this film for the sake of
Oh yeah, absolutely.
COE gang. Okay.
No.
Okay.
We here, bro. We
Okay,
invested.
COE.
We
All right,
invested.
you're right.
Yeah,
All right,
I
cool.
can't-
I'll go
can't
see.
believe it.
I'll go see it Saturday.
That's crazy.
I know, 'cause I was
I might go early too. I ain't got nothing to do Saturday. I might go early.
Listen,
But no. So Captain Marvel review coming up next week.
right? Unfortunately, like, you know what I'm saying. Don't come with us next week. Do
Right.
not skip next week. You know what I'm saying. We appreciate you. What else is going on in the land of Marvel? Let's talk about this. Right, I want to get this one out the way for sure. Marvel has discussed moving on from Kang the Conqueror and like transitioning into Doctor Doom character amidst the legal troubles for Jonathan Majors. We talked about this, and we were like, "Hey, what's going to happen with this? Will they recast him? What will Marvel do?" And these rumors have started to kind of gain legs, so we're going to sit here and discuss it. So, Johnny, what do you think about them like transitioning away from Kang and possibly introducing Doctor Doom probably sooner than when they wanted to?
Terrible idea.
Okay.
First of all, so rest in peace to Chadwick Boseman, right? But we've seen something like this play out already. Sure, it became Black Panther before she was supposed to in the MCU.
Yeah.
And I mean, for what it's worth, I still don't think that turned out the best. I mean, I think they did the best they could with that movie.
Yeah.
Considering what happened in Chadwick.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
no, absolutely not.
Yeah.
Also, Kang the Conqueror. We've been talking about variants for over a year now. Like, why not just recast the role? Like, Kang can look like somebody else. Like, it's fine. Why are we trying to move away from the Kang story when we're already kind of knee deep in it? Like, knee deep in the whole Kang Dynasty, Secret Wars, multiverse, all that. We're knee deep in the story, so why would we try to transition away from that to Doctor Doom, which we're going to have to introduce Doctor Doom later anyway, especially in Secret Wars, because Doctor Doom played an integral part in the Secret Wars story. So why not just wait until he's supposed to be introduced? Just recast Kang, damn it. No, facts. If that's what y'all want to do, if y'all want to move away from Jonathan Majors, which I think is a bad idea because he's been killing these Kang roles, right? But Disney, MCU, the Marvel Studios, like, if y'all need to do that for Jonathan Majors' legal reasons, cool. It is what it is. I understand the politics and the business of it. Just recast the character. Just recast it, and then we can continue moving forward with the current story that is at hand.
You brought up two good points, and hey, you was cooking. You was cooking. Chadwick Boseman's untimely death, I think, is one of the worst things that happened to the MCU, because the character T'Challa, not even just Chadwick, right? Just the character T'Challa could definitely be the leader of the Avengers moving forward.
That's a fact.
Especially with Iron Man and Cap being sidelined or dead or whatever the cases may be with those characters.
Yep.
Because you have to think about it. He has Tony Stark wealth and technology, but he has the heart of Captain America. So that's your leader. You don't have that.
Absolutely.
You don't have that. You don't have
Absolutely.
that. So what are we looking forward to? An Avengers team up. Like, he has Wakanda, he got the money, he got the technology, he has the smarts. Who is really fading him up? Like, as far as like who can really see him?
Right.
So, all right, cool. Rest in peace, Chad. We hate that what was it? Cancer, kidney cancer? It was something to that effect.
Some form of cancer.
Some form of cancer. But rest in peace to Chadwick. Now, Jonathan Majors being Kang, he's killing the role, but obviously, the legal troubles. Even if he's found not guilty, maybe Marvel feels like they just want to move away from the character.
The stain is there.
The stain is there,
Yeah.
and he's playing a villain in the movie and a villain in real life. It's crazy. and then he had the fake fight. Oh, you shouldn't do this, brothers. Like, shouldn't do this, kids.
That was nasty.
right,
That
right,
was nasty.
right before the trial. But I mean, like you said, he's killing the character. But I don't know if this is really it's like I said, a perfect storm of bad stuff, right? I think that the phase 4, everything post Endgame, this whole multiverse saga has been a complete shit show, right? Just from whatever the first film was. What was the first film? Was it
In
Spider-Man?
phase 4?
Was it Spider-Man or was it Shang-Chi?
It was Spider-Man. Then I think it was Black Widow.
Black Widow. Okay,
If I'm
well,
not mistaken.
right?
Oh no, it was Black Widow because Spider-Man supposedly finished phase 3, even
Okay.
right after Endgame.
Okay.
So yeah.
So, but still, right? just this myriad of shows and films has not been the best representation of the MCU. So maybe they're trying to rid the stain of it by getting rid of the overarching villain in this phase.
Mm-hmm.
That's maybe what my interpretation of it is. Then you got him wilding. Not, I don't know. He might be innocent. I don't know. That ain't none of my business. I wasn't there. But you got the legal situation. So it's kind of like it's helping us get away from the character too. Because I hear what you're saying with recasting, but I don't want them to recast. It's like
I don't either.
Like I hear what
I
you're
don't
saying. Like,
either.
it's like, hey,
But
either we stick to this man being Kane, or there's no Kane.
there's no Kane. It's already like that. Like he okay. Nah, look, listen. I feel you 100%. Listen. I'm with you. I'm with you. But from a Kevin Feige, Bob Iger standpoint,
yeah.
I understand like legal issues can deter you from wanting to keep a actor in a certain role. I get that. I personally don't think they should recast him, even after
What happens?
Chadwick, with him passing. I feel like they should have recasted T'Challa to keep T'Challa's story going, because T'Challa was going to be an integral part of the MCU going forward.
Facts.
Same thing here.
Okay.
Same thing.
Okay, that's your point. Okay, that's
Same
your
thing.
stance. I got
So
you. I like
no,
that.
I don't want them to recast Jonathan Majors. I don't want to, but I understand if they feel like they need to.
Yeah.
But Kang, the character, needs to remain until
He
yeah. Hey, look, you see what I did there? Just off the dome like that. So Kang need to stay.
So Dr. Doom coming early means nothing for you, right?
I think that means that a lot of storylines are going to be rushed, and if they introduce him before, like way before Fantastic Four is here, why are we doing that?
Yeah.
Why are we doing that? Like I understand maybe like a cameo right before Fantastic Four comes out, like that's to be expected.
Like an Easter egg cameo,
Yeah.
or even maybe Thanos was like, "Oh, I'll do it myself."
Yeah,
Like,
something like that.
Something like that. Okay.
That's to be expected. But
Okay.
if we're talking
Okay.
about like a full introduction as a villain in a Marvel property before Fantastic Four, no.
Yeah.
That's way too rushed.
Yeah.
Way too rushed.
Well, you know what? I would never get away from the MCU content without any type of Blade slander. So apparently, the Blade reboot takes a budget cut. They're only talking about $100 million for this film. We have had a few topics, like it's been a few headlines that come out about it. So $100 million for an MCU film sounds disgusting.
Disgusting.
And I've heard that they want to introduce like some female characters into the Blade storyline, which I'm not sure what that means, because I don't know about. I never knew Blade was a comic book character at all. Like even back in '98 when Wesley had it. You know what I'm saying? I didn't know that. So Johnny, what do you just another bad storyline for the Blade story? I mean the Blade film.
It's been a whole lot of different headlines surrounding Blade itself.
Yes.
The whole budget being $100 million or less, that's nasty. Like,
yes.
I was about to play the race card, but we also had Black Panther, so Black Panther was well over $100 million.
Yeah.
I was about to say, why y'all want to do that for the Black movie?
No, I don't.
But I can't do it. I can't do it.
I
so
mean, let's think about this. Like, it's really a vampire film. How much money we need? Like,
But see,
that's where my mind. I was like, maybe that's what it is.
and that's where I was about to go.
Yeah.
Like, listen, thinking back to the '98 Blade, like clearly that wasn't $100 million.
But we talking about 2023 movie dollars. That $100 million ain't gonna get a lot good.
It's not, but the camera's better though, so it's fine.
With MCU and how they've been treating their visual effects artists, I don't know.
True, but also it's this movie budget being under $100 million is also nasty, because Secret Invasion just wrapped up earlier this year, and that budget for that 6-episode season was $250 or $257 million.
Well, they had shape-shifting aliens.
I don't want to hear that. So
Well, it's vampire shapeshift, right? No, never mind. I don't know. I don't know nothing. I don't know anything. Never mind.
I think
I thought
there
I was
are
on to something. I thought I was on to something.
I kind of want to look that up now. That's crazy. But if there are, they ain't gonna. Well, they could be in the MCU. Shit, I don't know.
Man, this is the thing, right? Like, they need to just wait on Blade, right? First of all, recast. I'm for the recast.
You've been on that boat from the beginning.
I'm kicking Mahershala Ali out the whip, and that's my man.
And see, it's okay to recast him because he hasn't even played the role yet.
Right.
We only heard his voice one
Channing
time.
Tatum. Channing
Oh,
Tatum, same thing.
Boy, I thought
Oh no, you thought.
Hey, yo.
Oh, you thought I was saying Channing Tatum should be.
I was about to turn this shit off.
That's
like
crazy. That's crazy. That's
blackface,
crazy.
that's crazy.
That's
That's
Hey, yo.
insane.
No,
I'm
I'm sorry. Listen, man, my mind be going a million miles a minute. I did not mean Channing Tatum should be Blade.
Bro,
I was alluding
confused.
to the Gambit film that never came out for people that didn't catch the joke.
Oh, man.
Where he was cast as Gambit, even started doing promo, and then they canned the film. Like, okay, so that's where that comes from.
Yeah.
So, but I mean, I always been against it. I feel like they went against Wesley Snipes, so that's where my deep disdain comes with this from.
Mm-hmm.
And then secondly, I just don't feel like this character fits into the MCU currently constructed. So they should wait on Blade to when they do the hard reset. That's my opinion
I'm
on
not
it.
mad at that.
Like when we introduce Fantastic Four and X-Men, maybe the shit can be a little bit more grittier.
Mm-hmm.
And then we can talk about Echo in a second as to how gritty things could possibly get. But I am not a fan of what they're doing with Blade. If they're going to do Blade, they have to do it justice, because the 98 film, in my opinion, is a perfect vampire film.
Yeah.
It's perfect all the way. Leave that alone. And it's not going to be this over here in Disney. I noticed the coldest part of the film is when he kicked the thing. He said some motherfuckers are always trying to ice skate uphill. That's never going to happen in the MCU.
Never.
It's not.
Blade had bars.
Blade had bars, bro.
Oh man.
Okay. I'm done.
Nah, you was cooking. Hold on. I gotta give you that too. Let's talk about. Hey man, that's a great point though.
Mm-hmm.
At this point, they really should first recast Blade, but also just wait until after Secret Wars is over, or maybe recast and introduce Blade in Secret Wars, and then he can have his own movie.
Yeah.
Bet.
Yes.
Cool.
Please. Because like when they do all the incursion stuff and all that, maybe you can introduce vampires in that way. But it's just like the way the MCU is set up and currently constructed, none of that stuff fits.
Yeah.
It's no way you can make me, as the viewer of every single property you've had, believe that this vampire shit, as gritty as that was, been here the whole time.
Right.
You can kind of fool me with the X-Men and the Fantastic Four, but we ain't doing vampires, bro.
Absolutely not.
Absolutely not. Last but certainly not least, there's another entry into the MCU via Disney Plus. Echo.
All right, look,
That's all I got.
Look.
I have nothing else.
I'm done being tricked by the MCU and these trailers. That trailer looked phenomenal. And for a character I can't tell you nothing about. Even though this character debuted in Hawkeye. Another show nobody cared about. I got nothing for you. I'm going to watch it for sure.
You know what's messed up about this? Like you said, Hawkeye, a show we didn't care about. A side character that we didn't care about. That don't even fucking talk. What? She's a mute, respectfully. Respectfully. I don't know what to call people that, that she's a mute. But still.
Deaf community.
Hey, man.
Yeah.
And then it's nothing but a glorified Daredevil Kingpin storyline, which is pretty much a setup for Daredevil Born Again, which they just said they was about to rewrite. I hate y'all.
Why
are we doing this?
Why are we setting up? Why is this a setup for another show that has been set up already in She-Hulk?
Oh my God, bro.
See, look, that's
like they finding a way to keep giving Daredevil airtime when he ain't nothing but a nigga that get beat up all the time. Hey man, we can just wait till his show to see him catch the fade. Like, you know what I'm saying?
That's funny.
He's just like his daddy, man. You get knocked out like your daddy used to.
This is how I know the MCU, Marvel, Disney, all these people don't care about this show. It's only 5 episodes, and all episodes are dropping at the same time.
That's crazy. In January. That's crazy, but they make us wait on the crack with Loki, though. Like, Loki season 2 is cooking.
It's going crazy.
They cooking with that. That's the only show that's been cooking.
It's crazy. So,
but I got to wait every week at 8 o'clock on Thursday.
On a Thursday.
That's
nasty.
That's nasty.
They was dropping when they first started this, they was dropping all the episodes like Wednesday morning at like 2 a.m.
Yes.
Now, like, motherfuckers got to wait prime time.
Well, it's because of the success of the Star Wars shows. Like, them Star Wars shows, apparently, from what I hear, go crazy.
No,
Like, I heard they go crazy.
I heard that too.
I'm just not into the Star Wars lore, and I'm not into the Star Wars lore into like that for me to watch the side mission shows. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Nah, look,
listen, because this, like, Echo is a side mission to the MCU. Like, there's no way Like
It's not even a side mission.
Damn.
There's some shit way far from the path of God. I don't even know.
So She-Hulk is considered a side mission, right?
I would say that.
Okay, but not.
Look. Because Hawkeye was a side mission. so what we doing? Nah, man. Look. Echo January. You might not even do a review for that. We just gonna watch it and be like, all right, bet.
Right, all 5 episodes. We just gonna watch all 5 and just do a review.
They better not be more than 25 minutes.
That's crazy.
Fucking Echo.
And the best thing about it is Kingpin, man, because my boy Vincent D'Onofrio killing it. He's
off the trailer. Look, I told you, I'm done being tricked by these trailers. I am.
Yeah, they had the little hand with the blood on it. I was like, oh, gritty.
Yeah. No, right?
But no, we're not excited. Trust me, I wasn't excited when they announced it. I really don't care about the trailer. Now, honestly, content over everything gang is where we're a part of. We're both capos in the game. We're not the leaders. But this is the thing. We're going to watch.
Yeah.
Probably even review. But I'm not excited. I just want you to know I'm not excited.
That's how he felt about She-Hulk, too.
Right. Exactly. Clearly,
God.
we have reached the end
Moses
of our
cooking,
docket.
bro.
Johnny, what do you have?
Listen, man, if you're on YouTube, thank you so much. We'll appreciate you for watching. Hit the comment section.
This has been horrible.
Let us know about any of the topics we discussed today. Hit that like button.
Yes, sir.
Hit that subscribe button. Hit
Yes,
the
sir.
notification bell. And we'll catch y'all next week.
Yes, sir.
Now, if you want audio, you know what time it is.
Song of the week.
OS.
You are now listening to Oversaturated, the podcast hosted by Johnnie and Ralph. Now let's get it.